Since I was a little child, I have lived with a fear and a question. It's a thought I had to sit with very early on and learn to silence with time. We're all gonna die. Since I was maybe 8 or 9, thoughts about death started to emerge, and the idea of eternity freaked me out. I would lay in bed before sleep and think to myself, and then what? If we live on and on and on, forever, what can happen next? I used to cry about this idea and try to force it out of my head to be able to sleep. But the question, of course, never left me for too long. If we truly think about it, death is the ultimate truth we know about life. This material world that we know eventually ends. And it's a pretty dark absolute truth to learn. No one fully understands death or knows where they will go after they die. Religion tries to ease the worries and the burdens of death through simplifying this supernatural phenomenon and placing our fates in the hands of God. To me, the concept of an afterlife, heaven and hell, seems to be a simplification of an inconceivable experience of the soul, of the loss of the two main concepts we depend on to understand the world, the concepts of time and space. No matter how much we try to conceptualize it, the loss of these two elements and the experience of the soul will never be apprehensible to us. All the digging and questioning didn't per se make me understand or accept death more, but it did make me question my own capacity to understand the supernatural phenomenon that I've never witnessed. Meanwhile, science tries its best to know the answers to everything, to solve the mysteries of being. It has put its efforts into prolonging life, minimizing any signs of aging, and delaying death for as long as possible. But it has never found a key to stop it. Different cultures try to make sense of death very differently. Some are confronted with death way earlier than others. Some celebrate death and consider it the ultimate liberation, and others fear it and avoid talking about it altogether. Not so long ago, I listened to an old speech by Steve Jobs he made in a Stanford commencement. He talked about death in this speech in a very intriguing way. He said, "Death is the single best invention of life. It is life's change agent. It clears out the old to make way for the new. Remembering you're gonna die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You're already naked. There's no reason not to follow your heart." This speech stuck with me, and ever since I realized that although I still fear death a lot, it has also taught me a lot. Death taught me how to live. It has been a constant reminder of the shortness and the precious nature of life. Death taught me to take risks, to not settle for a life I do not want. It taught me to be vulnerable and to be there for other people's pain, to not take the time I have with my loved ones for granted. Death has humbled me personally, reminding me how similar our human experience is, and how identical the ending to this experience also is for every single person. To end this video with one of my favorite quotes by Najib Mahfouz: "Fear doesn't prevent death, it prevents life."